Getting in the game. Hey guys, today I want to share with you how to ethically get your first deal done in 5 hours a week only using your laptop and phone, okay? So we're going to dive into this right now. So if you remember from last video, we talked about connecting buyers and sellers, right? If you found a house for $90,000, you could find cash buyers that would buy it for $95,000 and you would take the $5,000 split in the middle, okay? But everyone's like, Bridger, I don't have the time, I don't have the money, I don't have the resources to do it, I don't have the knowledge. And I'm like, oh gosh, okay, let me show you how I was able to do my first couple deals. And now me and my partners have done hundreds of deals like this using laptops and phones. And the fact that you're watching this video means you have both of those things, right? So you have no excuses at the end of this video to not start doing real estate deals. Okay, so we're gonna come back to this whiteboard again. Laptop and phone, okay? What we're always doing in this whole game, people always ask, well, how do I find the deal, okay? You wanna increase your deal flow. The more deals you find, the easier it is to find the really good deals and make more and more money on them. And then with that, you are always building up your cash buyers. Okay, those are the two lists you're constantly building. The first step, anyone ever calls me, Bridger, what do I do first? I met with a kid last week in lunch. We sat down and he said, what do I do first? I said, first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna build up deal flow and you're gonna build up cash buyers. And Scott and Michael do the same thing. They get on one-on-one calls with our students all the time and they say, this is the first things, okay? So I'm gonna teach you exactly what Scott and Mike and myself will teach you. I'm looking for my other marker. Found it, okay. So, deal flow, let me give you some strategies that you can start implementing right now to do this. Okay, so deal flow, how to find deals, right? Where do I find the deals? First thing you should do, you should look at other people's deals, right? Get on other wholesalers. This term is called wholesaling. We're teaching a very special type of wholesaling called assignments, but there's other types of wholesaling out there. There's wholetailing. There's people that, there's all different types of strategies, but so get on other people's lists. So I'm gonna write on other people lists. I get deals all the time from other wholesalers. It's cool to see how they package their deals, what deals they're finding. And then I go, how do they find that deal? Great. So that's a great one. Get on other people's lists. Number two is the biggest. Scott is the best at this. He loves doing it. Craigslist. The first time I sat down with Scott, I remember sitting down with him. He said, Bridger, we're going to talk about Craigslist today. And I said, Craigslist, what are you talking about? Why are we doing real estate on Craigslist? He said, people buy and sell homes on Craigslist all the time. And I had to double check myself. I said, seriously, you're saying there's people on Craigslist right now that are listing their houses or doing real estate deals. And I kind of giggled to myself like I am right now. And he said, yes, they are. And I said, okay, great. So Craigslist, what are we going to do on Craigslist? He said, we're going to make an ad on, not even an ad, just a post on Craigslist. I'm going to write Craigslist that says something like, hey, we're looking for houses. I buy houses fast. I'm a cash buyer. I can move quickly within 10 days and close on your deal. This is what Scott does. Typically when Scott writes an ad for our students, like he'll get on a one-on-one call with people, sit down with them. Hey, let's write an ad together. By the time he finishes, so he posts the ad and they'll talk about other stuff, maybe another 30 minutes. In that 30 minutes, that student, we've had a couple of students actually get phone calls from the Craigslist ad right then saying, hey, I've got a property. And we actually tell you to do the same thing over here. To find cash buyers. On Craigslist, you write a symbol that says something along the lines of, hey, I find houses and I'm looking for cash buyers and people that can close quickly. I have a great deal. And you can sometimes do a ghost ad is what they have. It's a good deal you put out there as a ghost ad and you get in contact with tons of cash buyers. I'm not kidding. Craigslist for me too has been the number one source of deal flow and cash buyers. So you get on Craigslist, some local, like in Utah, we have a thing called KSL.com classifieds, anything like that, get on there. So Craigslist, okay? Top two. Now I'm gonna go through a bunch of them really fast right now, and I might not even have time to write them down, but these two are the biggest. Deal flow. Online auctions are so cool. You can get on, there's a bunch of websites like Zoom, there's auction.com. You can get on and bid on houses live and see what they're selling for. It really teaches you. So I'm gonna say online auctions, really cool. We have a whole separate other videos about these things. I'm just gonna go through them quick to save you guys time. Online auctions, so cool. Other deal flow, notice of default. When people start missing payments on their home, they go into and they get a notice of default. And there's lists online. It depends on your county, but most counties are pretty public about their lists. You can go on and see which houses and which homes are going into default. These are people, they're obviously missing their house payments, and they would really like most of them to get out of their house because the bank's going to foreclose on them probably pretty soon. There's a bunch of, like, especially in wealthy neighborhoods, sometimes people really over leverage themselves, right? You can actually get some $1 million homes that people don't have the money, they don't afford them, and they're in default. Go up to them, hey, I know I don't want to make a public thing. You can knock on the door. Scott will go up and knock on people's doors. Hey, I saw you're on notice default. I don't want to make a big scene, but if you need someone to buy your house quick and get you out of the situation, I'm your guy. Bam, just found a deal. And he's gonna be like, but hey, I'm gonna undercut you just a little bit. I know, because we have to move quick. And they say, okay, fine. Man. So that's the next one. We call them NODs. Notice of defaults. You can do foreclosures, auctions. I'm gonna put like in person and online. Really cool. You can also do. Some people do Facebook ads. I love doing these. I love running Facebook and Google ads. It's just one of my favorite things to do. I studied a lot, and anyways, love that. Cash buyers, the same kind of things over here. So cash buyers, when you go to an in-person auction, guess who else is there? Probably a bunch of cash buyers. Okay. So I'm going to put auctions over here too. Another great one is REI clubs. Real estate investment clubs. I went to one of these last month with Mike. So cool. You walk into a room of like 200 cash buyers. And they all know the whole thing. They know the whole. You don't have to explain one thing to them. Say, hey, I wholesale deals. They go, oh, great. Can I get you on my list? I have deals coming in all the time. Would you want to see some good deals? And they go, yeah. You go, boom, there it is. And I've actually posted a bunch of videos of me going to those deals, and other ones where another thing that I'm talking about second is calling real estate agents. That's over here for Deal Flow. Calling real estate agents. I've filmed a bunch of videos, me on the phone, live phone calls, talking to them. Say, hey, when you have a distressed property, you need to close quick. Can I get on your list? Can you send that to me? Yeah, that'd be awesome. Thank you. Over here, there's other people that have put out Craigslist ads already, right? Back to Craigslist. This thing is huge. People put tons of stuff. People are looking for deals. Cash buyers want to have good deals. So go find them on Craigslist, REI clubs. You have your networking. I would just start talking to people. My second deal came from a family member that knew I was interested in deals. And seriously, my second deal, tell you a quick story. I got a phone call. Hey, I've got this awesome deal. I said, let me look at it. I actually called one of my cash buyers, who was Mike. I ended up calling Mike. And a lot of our students actually use Mike as their cash buyer. Called Mike. He's a cash buyer. I said, Mike, you want to look at this deal? I said, yeah. He looks at it. He goes, dude, that deal's awesome. I told him, I'll wholesale it to you for $5,000. He said, done. I made 2 phone calls and made $5,000. And I'm not saying like that's going to happen every time, but that's when you start doing word of mouth, REI clubs, and getting in the game. Well, you know what they say, things fall down in real estate all the time. You got to be prepared. And on to my next point, people always ask too, a little Q&A at the end, what if the market tanks just like this thing? That was not planned at all, I promise. If that falls off, what do I do if the market tanks? Well, guess what? Wholesaling, what we're doing, works and is not risky in an up market or a down market. Doesn't matter. It's actually, if the market crashes, it's actually really good for us because deals start going. There's lots of defaults and we can just grab them. Bam. And guess what? If nobody closes on your house, if you find a deal, nobody closes on it, guess what you do? You just give it back to them. And there's no risk. You don't lose any money when you do it. And I'll probably talk about a future video about that. But today I want to focus about this. Laptop and phone. So back to the whole point. If you spend 30 minutes a day, I tell people 5 hours a week, 5 working days, Monday through Friday. If you spend 1 hour a day, 30 minutes on deal flow, 30 minutes on cash buyers every day, 2-3 weeks, you're going to have a pretty nice list coming in. 2 or 3 months, you're going to have a really great list. And 2 or 3 years, everyone's going to know your name. And everyone's going to be asking for deals from you or wanting to get on your deal list. Okay? 1 hour a day, 30 minutes here, 30 minutes here. Start today. Go make a Craigslist ad. Start today. Go to a notice of default website. Go to an online auction. Start learning. Hey, over here, find your local REI club. Go start talking to people there. Go to Craigslist and find cash buyers already on there. And do both sides. It's amazing what you can do. Keep doing this, and love you guys, and I will see you on a future video. Put comments and posts below. If you have any more information, go to www.livehouseflip.com and see more. Do a free training on there. Okay, love you guys. See ya.